So a fisherman wants to estimate the number of fish in the lake. He captured 114 fish randomly from the lake, marked them, and then released them back to the lake. Later, he captured 40 fish randomly from the lake and found that 12 of them been marked. So the question is, find the relative frequency of the captured marked fish. Now, so let's go trying to find out here. To find out the relative frequency here is that we need to calculate it by dividing number of successful outcomes. So here we have the marked fish caught in the second sample by the total number of fish caught in the second sample. So let's go see out here. We have the number of fish marked. Then here for the second sample, there are number of fish we have for the second sample or second sample, there are about 12 then. Now, for the total that we have here, for the total mark or the total number of fish in the second sample, there were about 40 then. Total, oh, yeah, total. We have fish number of fish that were about 40 then. Now, to find out the relative frequency for that, let's try to divide it here. So relative frequency here we have is equals to 12 divided by 40, in which our answer would be 3 out of 10. Now, for that one, answer would be here as 3 of wait, 3 out of 10 or 0.3 then. Okay, so that would be for the relative frequency then. Now, moving on for the next one here. For the B, let's try to read out here. Now, the B is estimate the number of fish in the lake. To get out for the estimate number of fish or the total population, we set out the proportion assuming that the ratio of the marked fish, showing out then here, for the marked fish is the second sample is equal to the ratio of the total marked fish in the entire lake. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to solve and see out using out the numbers then. So we have first the marked fish samples, we have 12, and the total fish in the second sample, that's 40. Also, we have the total marked fish in the total marked fish in the lake. So there were about 114 then. Now, to find out the total number of fish in the lake, so we're going to write out or you're going to write out for that in N. Now, since we have for then those numbers now here, let's try to find out for the estimate down. Okay, so we have 12 in N. So that's going to be 12 N, and for 140 times 40, that's going to be about 4,560 then. Now, after that, we're going to divide both sides by 12 to get out for the number. 12, that is now as N is equals to 4,560 divided by 12, and N would be N is equals to 380 then. So the assuming out for the number or the estimate number for the fish in the lake is about 380 fishes then. Okay, so